W is equal to 8. Remember, all of this calculation I have done with W is equal to 1, R is equal to half. Okay? Now I am told wage increases from W is equal to 1 to W is equal to 8. Anything happens to R? Nothing happens to R, so R remains at half. The question asks you, given that the firm wants to produce the same output level, that is 15 over 16, what is the conditional input demand? If the firm wants to produce the same output level, remain on this ISO point, what is the conditional input demand? What is the cheapest input bundle I can use? Look, what happens to your ISO cost line now? Previously it was 1 over half, which was slope of 2. Now your ISO cost line has a slope of 8 over half, which is 16. Much steeper. So let me draw an ISO cost line that has a slope of 16. Something like this probably. So I am looking for this one. I am looking for this one. How do I find it? Do I do cost minimization again? The answer is no. I already have an expression for L star and K star from before. I keep Q as 15 over 16, but I keep R as half, no problem, R as half, but I change my weight. Instead of 1, I make it 8, instead of 1, 8. That's it. That will give me L star and K. And this, you will recall from last lecture, this is called the substitution effect of a fact. This is a pure substitution. You remain on the same ISO point, no output effect, only substitution. Because one factor is becoming more expensive, you are substituting away from the factor. Because labor is becoming more expensive, W increased from 1 to 8, you are substituting away from that factor and using more capital. That's all that is happening. Change in L star and K star is a pure substitution. Now, question again. So this conditional demand for labor and capital, I told you that this conditional demand for labor and capital is also the unconditional demand. Okay. Is this also the unconditional demand? Why not? Because now, you see, this is the profit function that I maximized to get 15 over 16. In that profit function, R was half and W was 1. My new profit function, R is half but W is 8. Will I get 15 over 16 still if I do the maximization? The answer is no. After wages have changed, this is no longer, this is still, I want to produce 15 over 16, but this is no longer the profit maximizing output level. Therefore, even though this is the cost minimizing input bundle for producing 15 over 16, it is not the cost minimizing input bundle for producing the profit maximizing output. 15 over 16 is no longer the profit maximizing. So this is not the conditional, this is not the unconditional input only case. Last part of the question asks you, which is the new profit maximizing output level. I told you 15 over 16 is not. The question asks you, yes, I agree, what is the new profit maximizing output level? Very simple, you have a profit function, nothing changes to demand, demand remains as it is. Nothing, the cost function remains as it is. The only thing that changes in the cost function is the value of R and W. R is equal to, previously R was half, now R still remains half. W now becomes 8. Instead of 1, it becomes 8. I solve the same problem in the same manner, I get my Q. That will be your new profit maximizing level. Okay, new profit maximizing. And that profit maximizing level of output is 15 over 32. Okay, 15 over 32. 15 over 32. Now the profit maximizing level of output is 15 over 32. Would you expect it to be more or less compared to 15 over 16? Even before you do the calculation, you would expect it to be less. Costs are higher. Demand has not changed, costs are higher. You should be expecting it to be less. And then it turns out, if you solve this problem, you will find out that Q star, the new Q star is 15 over 32. Now guys, look. So let me draw 15 over 32 now. The isoquant corresponding to the profit maximizing level of output is 15 over 32. This fellow, 15 over 32. If I ask you the same question now, what is the amount of labor and capital you need to produce this new level of output? Remember, your isocost line now has this green slope. Your thing that you are looking for is the lowest isocost line that will be on the red isoquant. That's what you want to be. This color. And this is also the unconditional demand for labor and capital. As long as you are on the profit maximizing level of output, the conditional demand for labor and capital is also the unconditional. Okay, that's it. Now, do you find it? Substitute again. Instead of Q 15 over 16, put 15 over 32, R half W8 calculator. Instead of Q 15 over 16, put 15 over 32, R half W8 calculator. Don't have to do the minimization all over again. Okay, that's the idea. And the change from the original value to the new value, from this value to the new value, is called the output effect of the price. From here to here, as long as the isocost line has the same slope, no substitution effect is happening. So the change from here to here, from this L star to this L star, is called the output effect of the price. Because the only thing that is changing is the isoquant you are on. If you stay on the same isoquant but the isocost changes, the effect is the substitution effect. If you stay on the same slope isocost but on different isoquants, that's the output. Vector prices don't change, but output is changing. Output. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Take a break. Come back and do the rest of the